Hey to all my big sisters and little sisters out there, it's your girl Maya Simone, and I am back with another video. Today I am going into part 3 of my snake year. So if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, pause this video, go back and watch those, catch up with where I'm at, because I'm picking up exactly where I left off. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into the video. So my hair might be looking just a little bit crazy today. I washed it and I'm doing a braid out for my event that I have coming up this Sunday. But anyway, anywhoosie whoosies, the last video was extremely heavy. I get that, you know. Went to the funeral, came back from the funeral, this, that, and other. Now we back in Mississippi. Okay. I went on my first camping trip Memorial Day weekend, which was like the 24th, 25th of May. And then by the end of May, so that same week after that, end of May, I graduated from the WCLI program that I was in. And not only did I just graduate, but I was asked to be one of the featured speakers to share my experience about the program. I was really excited because I was also thinking about getting into more public speaking anyway. And then I got the email not too long after me stating that I wanted to get into public speaking about public speaking and for that specific event. And I only had to say like maybe like 2-3 minutes worth of me talking, but it was still an experience, and I try to learn and see what I can gain from any experience. Okay, between the months of June and July, you guys, I literally had to go back and refresh my memory on what I actually did during those times. I did so many different hikes, camping a few times. Me and my partner experienced our first Pride together. But outside of that, like the activities, I could just remember like how I was feeling, and I still could not like grasp the concept of what I literally went through with my sister. It was like, it kind of felt like a dream. Like it didn't really happen until I would go back home and I'm like, wow, my sister is really not here. I tried to like beat myself up with things to do and just kept being outside. I saw this post on Instagram that said depression can't hit a moving target. And that literally stuck with me. Since I saw that post, it stuck with me because I made it my mission. I was already moving, but I made it my mission to move even more. I feel like I was going to the gym. I feel like I was going to the gym since January. And when my sister passed away, I gained like 25 pounds almost. Like I think I really wasn't losing any weight, even though I was moving. And that's because I was just carrying and holding on to a lot of that trauma from that day and that situation that happened. And so, you know, life don't stop. And going through this experience really showed me how life does not stop. It doesn't stop for nobody. It keeps going every single day. And so me and my partner started to look for a new place to live, a different place to be. My brother, he's already gone, but at this time he was restationing to Georgia. And my nieces will be going with their mom for the summer as well. And so we was like, it was just us two. And so we decided that we wanted to really like find some place for us to live and be, because I didn't want to leave Colorado just yet, and neither did my partner. So we set out on a hunt to look for a place to live. The biggest thing for me in regard to us moving was because it felt like we both was reliving that trauma every single day. Like it felt as though, I don't know, it felt like when we walked through the hall, when I walked past my sister's room, like it just felt empty. Like it was our first time also having that time to ourselves since everything. And I spent a lot of those days crying. I literally spent a lot of those days crying. So we found an apartment. I'm moving into July, right? We found an apartment. Still out doing hikes, still doing things. But the first week of July is when We got the keys to our apartment. We visited like at least 20-25 different properties before we decided on this one. And even the unit that we're currently in is not the one we originally looked at. It sold to the apartment complex, but I'm so glad that we decided to choose this one because I genuinely love living here. I love the layout of the apartment. I love how spacious the apartment is. I love the gym of the apartment. If you follow me on Instagram at finish.her.fitness, I'll be posting a lot more content of me using the equipment in my gym this year because I decided to even I'm jumping over the I'm talking about I'm rambling. Hold on, let me get back on track. So yes, we loved the apartment, but it was such a stressful experience. Like it was just stressful in itself. Like the whole process. I was my first time ever. This is my first time in my entire 24 years of living in an apartment. Not only is my first time in my entire 25 now years of living in an apartment, but it's also the very first time that I have not lived with any of my family. So I went from living in my parents' house, I went to college, which kind of sort of was like, but not necessarily living. And then I moved in with my sister and I lived with my sister. Then I moved in with my brother and my sister and lived with my brother and my sister. And so like moving to a place where it's like this is starting off as mine, it was just kind of crazy, kind of new, kind of scary. Like I don't know, it was a wild experience. If my camera is moving slow, I apologize. I'm not really sure why it was skipping. When I went back and edited my last video, I was seeing that it was skipping and stuff like that, and I feel like it's doing it again. I don't know why it's doing that. So yeah, I apologize. So not long after I moved into my new apartment, I went on another manifested trip. And manifested, I literally mean manifested. Like I don't be knowing how I'm gonna get there or how I'm gonna pay to get to where I'm going. But I set my mind to do something and it actually get done. So me and my brother took a road trip to California and we visited like 5 different cities while we was there. We visited a few of our cousins that we haven't seen in years, and of course my sisters. We saw them while we was out there, and we just had a really good time, like walking the streets of LA, like just exploring California. California is huge. It is huge. And so if you want to know about it, vacation, I did a whole vlog on my California trip and it's up on my page, so I'm gonna insert a picture. Go watch it. I think you might like it. And so I came home back into the realm of being around people again, and that night I went outside to take my dogs to go eat potty. I saw the owl. My very first time seeing an owl. Now I talked about this in my last video, and I even inserted a picture of the owl that I saw in the last video. So this is when I actually saw it, and it was just like so surreal, so crazy. Like I'm feeling these sad feelings of like leaving my siblings, or knowing that I'm gonna be creating so many more memories and experiences, and one of my siblings just will not be there. Like she'll be there in spirit, of course, but like physically be there is just not a thing. And so like coming to that realization, it's just hard. But then also coming home with those thoughts and those feelings, and then seeing an owl and knowing the significance of an owl to my sister, it just brought me peace in that time. It really did, and comfort as well. Right, by August I had started a 21-day core 10K step challenge with my friend Faith. We had kicked that off the beginning of August. I also graduated from Thrive the first weekend of August as well, which was such a, I keep saying, amazing experience. I need to read more because I need to get more words in my vocabulary to express what I'm trying to say. But when I graduated from Thrive, it was my first time actually pitching my business idea, my brand, the community, Finish Her Fitness. I also got a video of that uploaded on my YouTube as well, so you can go check that out too. I spent a lot of time working and practicing on that, because for one, I take my business very seriously. Something that I do see for my future as one of the avenues of ways I want to help women, not only women, but help change the world. Doing all these things, coming home, still having all these grieving, of course, grieving is a big part of my whole 2025 year. But I still have my friend. She came and stayed for like 2 weeks with me. My partner was around and we was able to spend time together. My nieces was here. My brother had to go to some type of training, and so my nieces was living with me again in my apartment now, not at the house, in my apartment this time, for like maybe 2-3 weeks while my brother was gone. I can't really remember exact time, but August 31st, another big huge change was happening. Like, I knew this was coming, but time flies when you have other distractions. Time genuinely flies. And so, like, I knew my partner had to go back to school at the end of August, but when it came, I'm like, wow, you literally finna be gone. Right after I dropped my partner off at the airport to be leaving for the next 5 consecutive months. My nieces, my brother came back, so my nieces went back home to their dad. My friend had already flew back to Mississippi, and for the first time, and I don't know how long, but the first time I was actually alone, just me. And I'm in this beautiful apartment that I got to decorate. I'm still decorating even now. But I'm so excited to be here, but it's still just like such a new change. It was so many different changes. Like, even though I'm happy to be here, I wasn't expecting to be here in this way. You know, like, I wasn't expecting to be living in my first apartment and my sister isn't able to come and see it, you know, or stay with me. I didn't know how to really adjust for real. And it's a lot of things you learn living alone. It's a lot of things you learn that you really didn't think that you had to learn until you are by yourself and you're living alone. And I had a little comfort knowing that my brother would still be around for a few months. Knowing that he was, even though it was a 25-minute drive between his house and my apartment, just knowing that he was still here. But deep down, like in my soul, in my gut, in my spirit, I knew that this was the beginning of something unfamiliar. Like, I'm literally getting chill bumps talking about it right now, because like, to think back and to know that you knew that this was like a completely different journey for me, that I really didn't know what to expect. And so being alone forced me to meet parts of myself that I had been avoiding, you know, as far as when it comes to grief. Like the way I've been trying to push my tears to the side and do other things. It's like, now I don't have anybody here to be strong for. It's just me. And so I'm gonna get deeper into my journey of living alone, living by myself, in part 4 of my snake year. So stay tuned. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video today and holding space. I tried to make it as long as the last one so that y'all can just pop in, get a little summary recap of my summer, and then pop back for the final part 4, which would be a lot longer, because I'm gonna wrap up the rest of the year up until, you know, the new year for you all. And so yes, make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to, you can hit that post notification bell button so you know every time I post a new video. I'm dropping a new video every single Sunday. Okay, fingers crossed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Miss Maya Simone, and also on my business page at finish.her.fitness. And I want to encourage you all to keep going and keep growing. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Okay, bye.